For our next program, let's go ahead and figure out how we can compute the volume of a can or of a cylinder, okay? This code you can find below in the description. There should be a link for downloading this code as well as an empty cylinder.js file, okay? This is already being referenced. We have unique IDs on the inputs, and we have a function called calculate volume, which we're going to call, and then an output div, which we're going to output to later. So let's go ahead and make that function first. I just copied that name. And then in here, let me split this so we can see both of them. Let's go ahead and retrieve those values by those IDs. So I'm going to hit View, toggle word wrap for this HTML file. And that'll toggle it, and so I can see we have an ID of height and radius. So I'm just going to say let height equals document.getElementById. And I'll paste that, dot value. Okay. Now we are going to do math with this, so I'm going to add parse float right here so that we convert this into a number. And then I'm going to go ahead and copy this line and select both of those and change it to radius, because we need to get this radius as well. And then there are our inputs. Now let's go ahead and say let volume equals, and then we'll say math.py times radius squared times height. All right, so that will give us the area of a circle, and then times height will give us the volume of a sphere. And then the last thing we have to do is just output it. So we'll say document.getElementById. We have an ID of output div down there on line 22. Inner HTML equals volume. And I'll go ahead and save that. And let's run it. Let's see what happens. I'm going to come over here, make sure that's fresh. We'll say 5 and, well, let's say it's 10 tall and 5 is the radius, and then we end up getting 785 as our volume. Okay. Again, we could say .toFixed right here. If we wanted to round that, that would round it to 2 decimals. We could also say the volume is, and then add a plus right there. And then if we save that, oh, let me fix our typo there. Volume is, we'll save that, and then I'll say 10 and 5, and you can see that looks a little bit better. Okay, so that was a pretty quick one, but hopefully this helps you guys kind of see how we could calculate the volume of a cylinder.